Sana nala mulu sulobe kankatona Komorial Mario jatobe kankatona
Ka jambe nyameng Takoranyi nide Inansama manangku Kana tabasa mala Koral pide karu kari Sedo mondinjo Sanji kilin sanji pula Torpanan ninta Fuare ya bedame Nyinim feutinano Kununja manata Sama fentina Kari koral pide karu kari Sedo mondinjo Sanji kilin sanji
Assalamu alaikum baɗigol ngal konton ko tenkedron Fatou Diada Malem Gambia Talent TV bi nak mum natali min tol wolto mu National Assembly kon hakkilo ba kan nyamen dron ni lokumo be kono womo committee section lati me yalon ko committee lebe sikanga kacha enen institutional bi nak AG Kembas wala nata kafuta National Assembly la committee members sol ma eni sa kacha kula men yalon ko na fulo la karola lem bitun dun alnga dun kono to dron ngajibe AG Kembas aneni député wolu men yalon ko to lebe committee nyin kono e muna soto committee nyi woto dral bulan no manga dun kono to ala baraka baake.
I will give a brief summary of where we are, and when it comes to the details, my team members will come in. At the moment, from the last update that we gave, we were able to recover from staff an amount of $4,820,468. We also have evidence that we have fully recovered or retired $8,913,003.50 bututs. These were retirements received from individuals with outstanding Imprest. As at the 30th of September 2024, we have an outstanding amount of Imprest of $21,726,841.80 bututs. As part of the outstanding Imprest, we have Imprest whose cycle have not completed, which means that these were actually not outstanding, an amount of $417,614. We also have an amount of $575,000, which is classified as Imprest that does not exist. These were raised in error and as such are not to be considered as outstanding Imprest. These, when totaled, amounts to $36,452,927.30 bututs. Thank you.
The initial value was $36,452,927, and now it's around $21 million, which means they've recovered almost $15 million, and the breakdown of which would be over 4.8 that is fully recovered, and 8.9 that have been fully retired. Putting into consideration the error of 575 that have also been detected. So now, if you look at the unretired Imprest, which stands at 21 million, we would like to know the recovery modes you are using. Is it still on the payroll, or are you recovering all of them in full? And in instances where you have challenges as well, we would like to know. And if there are outstanding balances which are also overtaken by events, that we would like to know.
The recovery we are doing now is through the payroll, and those are the ones who are active in the payroll. we are recovering from their salaries. The ones that are not being recovered, they are not in the payroll. So we are not recovering from them since 2007, and they remain the same.
I want to recall my earlier submission where we requested the support of the committee, the FPAC, in terms of those that are not within our reach, so that together we can be supported in recovering some of these items. But as we speak, there are some names on this list that are deceased, and basically in terms of how do we handle these, I think we would need your guidance on this. There are also other people that we don't know of, because obviously, like we said, this is from 2007, if I am right, to now. So, but we're happy to report that as at now, 2024, we do not have, apart from these impresses that, are coming back, way back as 2007, at the moment for 2024, we do not have any outstanding impress. But in terms of how do we get these recovered, we have different categories, and we would need guidance in terms of how to go about it, because the reason why no action has been done is because we don't even know how to go about it. Thank you. The publication that was done in the newspapers was done by the National Assembly, So, but we can verify that information. Then the other bit is to do with, how should I say it? The other bit is to do with having to say here, because we have said it numerously, that the Office of the Accountant General has actually written severally to this effect to those people who are affected. Because what we did was, given that our addressing system is it's not adequate, so we wrote, because we know those offices where these people were sitting. So the letters that were written were addressed to those offices where these people were at the time of the impress being issued. So we have done a lot of correspondences or letters relating to this. In terms of publication, I don't know what your meaning of publication is, but we have written. What we have not done is written to the newspapers. But I am aware, and we are aware, that there was a time where all these outstanding impress, details of them were published in the newspapers. From our office, we did not write to the newspapers, so that is why we're saying National Assembly, but that can be verified.
We have seen that some are being deducted already in payroll, so those ones are not an issue anymore. The ones that have not paid a penny, I think that's the one they need to come and publish in the newspapers and tell them this is the last time we are doing the publication, that you are required to come and retire your interest. Otherwise, the next action would be legal action taken against you. I think that needs to be very clear. Those that are paying, with the exception of one, if there is one here, I don't know who, on 2021, Buba Sanyang, I'm not sure who that one is, but if you check also on the payroll, there's also the same person. I'm not sure if it is the same. So which means that one, in fact, maybe he's already paying, so you can exempt from the list. So the rest that are not paying, you publish on the newspapers and tell them that this is from the Accountant General as a result of not retiring your interest, and you indicate the date, the name, and the amount, and wherever they were working. That's it. After 30 days, then we can take the action that we want to take. That is to consult with the Attorney General's office for legal action to be taken.
Part of the resolutions were to do a publication, and then we gave a timeline. The members gave a timeline to say within 3 months or so, if I am correct, within 3 months, after which we will seek legal action against these people. So now, you're like asking us to go back again and do the same thing that we did before. If, for example, you are classifying the publication as unsolicited, I don't understand what substantially would change. Because after that publication, in fact, unless we want to say that the list that was published was not exhaustive, that those that we can identify as being on the payroll, we'll go ahead and deduct them immediately. But maybe for those that are deceased, maybe if you know any that we don't know, it's good that it comes out, because it may not be an exact science for us to know everybody on this list, the status. That is why we're saying, for us, our mantle is the payroll. Apart from the payroll and the normal acquaintances, we don't have any means of engaging. So which means we take the media to publicize.
Badi ngondorong atole aje nyola memo committee section oti bi National Assembly last part me yalon ko wolem KG embas wolle nata don accountant general ka senendir ke kulla men yalon ko wolle ben na fulola karola woto don fanambe danale janne ka fale ko alnimbara bake fo lunkoteng nte fatu jada mantele natale National Assembly bi ni na camera mano me yalon ko atelam Ousmane Masti ngal tentu ngal jeyi mba falale ko alnimbara
la mulu sulobe kankatola Kombori el Mario jatobe kankatola Ani tuste de la jambi Kombori el nata Tuste de la jambi Kombori el nata Sana la mulu sulobe kankatola Kombori el Mario jatobe kankatola
Ba jambe nyameng Akoranyi nide Inansama manong Kanata basamala Koral pide karo kari Selo mondinjo Sanji kilin sanji fula Tolfanan ninja Fuare ya bedame Nyinim fe utinano Kununja manata Sama fentina